Translation and purport by the followers of Srila Prabhupada. Lord Krishna lived both in Vrindavan and in Mathura. What did he do there? Why did he kill Kamsa? His mother's brother? Such a killing is not at all sanctioned in the Shastras. Purport. One's maternal uncle, the brother of one's mother, is on the level of one's father. One's maternal uncle, the brother of one's mother, is on the level of one's father. When a maternal uncle has no son, his nephew legally inherits his property. Therefore, why did Krishna directly kill Kamsa, the brother of his mother? Maharaj Parikshit was very much inquisitive about the facts in this regard. Om Gyana Timirandasya, Gyana Jana Salakaya, Saksura Militam, Jena Tismai, Sigorave Namaha, Suchaitaya Manobhistam, Stafetam, Yena Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Mukadamhayam, Dadati Swa Padantikam. Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Sahodita, Gododhai Puspavanto, Chitro Chando Tamondo. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sivasadi, Sri Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Vanchakalpataribhyacha, Kripa Sundubhya Evacha, Patitanam. Hare Namo. Mukam karoti vachalam pangim ragatim grim yat kripa tamaham vande si gurum dinatari. So, this is an interesting chapter, especially this text is very intriguing. Parikshit Maharaj, here is a dialogue between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami. Ordinarily speaking, Sukadev Goswami was just a small boy, young boy, teenager. Maharaj Parikshit was a king, older folk. Should this type of dialogue take place between some older folk and a teenager? Traditionally, the older folks have to impart knowledge to the younger folks. They are supposedly more experienced. But in spiritual realizations, this is not always the case. Because we find that not only in the Vedic culture, but even in other traditions, for instance, in Christianity, Lord Jesus was just a young guy, but, compared to the other of his followers. So again you find, Lord Chaitanya apparently was very young, but, look at his followers in terms of age. So age does not really matter so much in spiritual reality, in the spiritual context. Age is not so much important because we may say someone, I'm his senior if it's based on age, but that is even semantically not correct. So maybe we could say I'm his elder or I'm her elder. Senior is a non-entity. So, and even if we talk about in terms of age, but we understand that life is a continuum. In other words, we're not going to judge someone just based only on this life. If it is just based on only on this life, then why should innocent people be suffering? Apparently innocent people suffering. Child born today, deaf, blind, dumb. What sort of impartiality is this from God? So age, again, if we look at it retrospectively, then we may be able to have some philosophical thesis to support or to provide a solution to what is transpiring in a situation or what is happening to someone. And therefore, here it is mentioned that Sukadeva Goswami, basically he wants to know, he's asking some questions from Parishit Maharaj wants to know, he's making inquiries. Atata Brahma Jigyasa. This is the exclusive function of human intelligence. Because how is it exclusive function? Spiritual inquiries is the exclusive function of human intelligence. Because even animals have intelligence, but then their intelligence is simply resting on, not so much of discrimination. It's simply resting on ahara, nidra, bhaya, metunya. Eating, sleeping, sex, and fighting. So the human intelligence is meant for spiritual inquiries. And here Sukadeva Goswami, he was taking advantage of the presence of, Maharaj Parikshit was taking advantage of the presence of Sukadeva Goswami, a very revered, renowned, respected, highly knowledgeable sage. So age is not a barrier to acquire knowledge. Even materially speaking, you may be in a university and first, for instance, if you're a matured student, say an older folk who decides to go back to school, you find some of the professors could be your child. But that's not a barrier to acquire knowledge. So, in the same vein, in the spiritual circles, age is not a barrier to make inquiries. So here Sukadeva Goswami is transforming Maharaj Parikshit with information, transcendental information culture. And Sukadeva and Maharaj Parikshit is very inquisitive. One of the major prerequisites in acquiring spiritual information is to be inquisitive. So here Maharaj Parikshit is asking questions. Sometimes people think that, to ask questions is just an easy thing. No, to ask questions requires a lot of critical thinking. If you're not a critical thinker, you can't ask questions. To answer questions, if I have the knowledge, I can always answer a question. But that does not require so much of critical thinking. The person who asks a question, it takes a lot of energy. He has to muster so much of, cogitation to think at something to be able to ask. I remember when I was doing a graduate program in philosophy and education, and in this course on critical and creative thinking, you are given a paragraph, a 5 lines paragraph. Professor gives you 5 lines paragraph of any topic. Then he will ask you to generate 25 questions from those 5 lines. Generate 25 questions. So sometimes, we see in the Shastra, someone is making inquiries, and we don't really understand the implications of questioning. And questions could be open-ended or closed-ended questions. And these are open-ended questions because they are not just requiring no or yes, false or true. No, these are open-ended questions. Parishit is asking open-ended questions. Open-ended questions require elaboration, details, insights. So, Parishit is asking, so this Krishna, he killed his uncle. And that's not It's not ordained in the Shastra. It's not sanctioned in the Shastra. I mean, it's like one time, Narada visited Hanuman. And then he told Hanuman that, actually, you are not a devotee. You are not a devotee. Hanuman said, explain. What's the purport? What's the purport to this? He said, because see, you are an arsonist. You committed an arson. You burned Lanka. You killed people with fire. A devotee cannot kill. And you're an aggressor because one of the persons, we don't kill, but one of the persons that you are sanctioned, you are authorized to kill is an aggressor. Someone who is aggressive. And there are different types of aggressors. One who pours fire into a house is one of them. In criminal law, they say it's called arson. So Narada said, come on, devotees don't act like that. So it's a similar question here that is coming up that, hey, an uncle, maternal uncle, you have to treat him like your father. How come that Krishna killed his maternal uncle? In other words, Krishna is something else. Otherwise, how could he kill his uncle? But it is not just a question of killing. If we go into the history of Kamsa, for instance, if you study historiography of Kamsa, you find that Kamsa, we find these Sadgavas, the sons of Kalanemi. And Kalanemi is a son to Hiranyakasipu. The Sadgavas, Hiranyakasipu was their grandfather. Sadgavas went to make some heavy austerities to petition Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma gave them a boon. So Lord Brahma appeared to them and said, what do you want? And it's a similar boon that Hiranyakasipu demanded from Lord Brahma. No demigod should kill us. No demon should kill us. No weapon and all. It's almost the same thing that Hiranyakasipu demanded from Lord Brahma. And when Hiranyakasipu got to know, so he called them up and said, come on, you have left my shelter? Are you going to seek for refuge with Lord Brahma? You rascal kids. So he cursed them. You will be killed. And your father should be the one to kill you. So Kalanemi took bed. After being killed by Vishnu in a battle, he took bed as Kamsa. And that's why when Narada appeared to Kamsa and was trying to expedite the process of, Krishna's advent, he gave ideas about his previous birth and all this stuff. And these narrations are given in the Harivamsa. And this very Kamsa, again, Ugrasena was a very reputable religious king. How come he get birth to a demon? Women say, but, even in Hiranyakasipu, you get birth to Prahlad. So what's the difference? No, but how come, historiographically, how come that Ugrasena gave birth to Ugrasena and Padmawati, they gave birth to Kamsa? It means Ugrasena was not having high consciousness, purified consciousness, and we understand that at the time of mating, the consciousness, the collective consciousness of the wife and then the husband, they will invoke a particular soul into the womb of the wife. So they were having some polluted consciousness. Ugrasena was having polluted consciousness. Padmawati was having a polluted consciousness. That led to the invocation of cancer into the womb of Padmavati? Is that the case? No. So again, in the Hare Vamsa, it is mentioned how Padmavati, when she got married, her father is actually also a king, Satyaketu, at Vidarbha. And, people are attached to their kids. If you mean they are grown up, whether they are married, they are attached to their kids. I mean, I remember even one day, I think I was in Nigeria, I was on TV program. I don't know, some of my brothers, maybe they saw me and then they told my dad. So just a few minutes after the TV program, I got a phone call. Hey, boy, I had you around. When are you coming? So I said, come on, I'm an old man. I mean, I have my schedule. So, so people are attached to their kids. So Satyaketu, she invited this married lady, married young girl, to come over. She sent a messenger to Mathura Puri. Let her come. I miss her. We miss people we love. So when Padmavati came, she was just strolling. And then she went on to Puspavan mountain. And then there she sat by a lake, was watching a very attractive scenery. And one guy came, one Gandhava, Godila or Dramila. He came and the beauty of Padmavati just captured him. They say, he was pierced with arrow of lust. And Gandhavas, they can do anything. So he changed into the body of Ugrasena. And then he came. And then, the innocent lady thought that, her husband has come. All the way from Mathura Puri to see her. At her, as she went to be with the parents. Now, it happens because, sometimes the wife goes to see the parents and the husband can't really contain the separation. He misses the wife so much and then all of a sudden he abandons his job and he flies over there. So Padmavati thought, wonderful. My husband has come. So they fell in love. That resulted to some pregnancy. And when later they realized that, it's a whole mistake, man. The parents wanted to even abort the child. No way. Again, it's mentioned in the Hare Vamsa how Kamsa, when he was in the womb, he told the mother that, Mata, you see, I have come to stay. I have come to stay. And I'm coming for a purpose. You try to kill me. Please don't kill me. Because they've struggled. That was not even what, stopped them from annihilating or aborting the child. But they tried several ways to abort the child. No way. The parents even were involved. Satyaketu and the wife were involved. No way. So again, sometimes we depend so much on sophisticated modern technology to kill people, kill children in the womb. But sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah? Some souls are really very stubborn. And if you try too much, they may take the life of the mother also. So, Kamsa was eventually born. But it is not that this is the direct child of Ugrasena. Kamsa was not. And we find in the life of Kamsa, he was the personification of tyranny. Tyranny. Someone who likes to subjugate people. And we find also he committed lots and lots of the killing of children. So there are many neo-cancers these days. Neo-cancers, small modern cancers. People killing the unborn child, people killing the born babies. And human beings are imbued with this type of tyrannical tendency, this kamsa bhava. We like to subjugate people. We like to control people. We like to kill. Like in political regimes, if someone is opposing the government, sometimes, the person it may be arranged for the person to be assassinated. And some presidents of countries were assassinated because their policies, someone thought, does not augur well with me. So these are, the modern kamsa, or kamsa bhava. And we do have the kamsa bhava. We do have. We like to control. Especially when we are given some position, we want to subjugate others. We want everyone to subscribe to our policies and decisions, otherwise you are tagged as an enemy. And therefore we find that although Kamsa was very powerful, it's mentioned he was having the strength. What was the comparison of Kamsa's strength? How many thousands of elephants? He was having the strength of how many thousands of elephants? Yes. Bhakti Sastris tell us. And if you don't know, I'll ask the ladies, they will tell us. In Detroit, I went to Detroit a couple of times, and we were giving a class. You asked the men the questions. When you ask the many questions, they can't answer, and I like posing questions. Otherwise, people just sit down and, When you ask the many questions in Detroit, the men are not able to give the answer. You turn to the ladies, and then you have so many hands up, and then the men say that, because we go to work and they just stay at home and they are reading. Yes. Kamsa's strength was up to the strength of how many elephants? Huh? You just read it there? It's okay. I'm just joking. Yes, so he was having that type of strength, so powerful. And when Kamsa was escorting Devaki to their husband's house, newly wedded, and when he had a voice, the proclamation that, hey, you must be stupid. This lady you are escorting, the eighth child of this woman is going to kill you. So Prabhupada mentioned in the Krishna book, Kamsa grabbed the hair of Devaki and threw her down, stepped on her chest. So, also when Krishna killed Kamsa, when Krishna dragged Kamsa from his dais and dragged him all over the place and then threw him down, he climbed. He smashed on Kamsa's chest. And Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His weight is like the weight of the universe, or more than the weight of the universe. Who can sustain that? So again, the Hare Vamta mentioned that just come to pass. It was too much. And because Kamsa had the strength of 100,000 elephants, people were doubting whether he was dead or he was just unconscious. Yeah, later it was realized that, he was dead. So, no matter how, this is the point, no matter how powerful one may be, you can't, if Krishna wants to kill, marry Krishna, Raka Krishna, marry. If Krishna wants to kill, no one can really protect the person. If Krishna wants to protect us, no one can kill us. So this is a good rationale to be able to take proper shelter of Lord Krishna. Because even the most powerful demon, Krishna could kill him. And if Krishna wants to protect his devotee, basically no one can harm him. To that degree, we are surrendered unto Krishna. To that degree, we get protected by the Lord. Because he mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dhamma Paritujam Mam Ekam Saranam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayisham Master. Sometimes we think, well, I'm surrendered. For past 30 years, I'm a surrendered soul. Why am I suffering like this? Why this has happened to me? Why this has happened to me? We surrender because we put on tila, because we put on dhoti, we put on the kanta mala. Again, there's a procedure, different angles of surrender. And so, the point is that Krishna has come to kill the demons, like I mentioned the other day. But these demons are anantas that we are having. And so, Kamsa basically is the embodiment of, if you read the Bhagavad Gita, you see demoniac qualities. Kamsa is just the embodiment of all of these demoniac qualities. And when we perform devotional service, Bhakti Vasudev explains in the Sikshamrita, when we perform devotional service, then Krishna kills all of these demons in us. And so, we really stand to gain with any devotional service we perform, no matter how small it may be. We stand to be purified, we stand to gain. And so people who are not properly situated in Vedic wisdom, they tend to point accusing fingers of Krishna. Krishna instigated Arjuna to war. Krishna killed his uncle. So, but I'm going to stand up. This is all part of the drama, part of the arrangement of the director of this very theatrical performance. People are very amazed. Movie actors. Krishna is the best of movie actors. He set up the scenario and then let things flow. But it is not just for entertainment like the movie stars do. It is for a purpose of purification, a purpose of cleansing, a purpose of a positive change. And so we can take advantage to allow Krishna to kill all of our anatas by taking proper shelter of, again, Bhakti Vasudev mentions, by taking shelter of Nama Prabhu. We have so many unwanted things in our hearts. And by performing devotional service, we'll become cleansed of all these anantas. Just like Krishna killed Kamsa. Krishna will kill all of these unwanted tendencies in our hearts. Are there some comments or some questions?